This SaaS product, like many others, does not require coding skills, and it makes over $40,000 in monthly recurring revenue by selling to agencies lists of companies that have raised money. You're probably thinking, with so many options to grow a side hustle, why go with software as a service? So first, SaaS is quite liberally used. But what basically a SaaS product means is delivering some service through a website or otherwise digitally, where a customer pays on a recurring basis, usually monthly, to keep receiving that service. So you're building a business that has monthly recurring revenue, which is more sustainable compared to a business that is dependent solely on sales. And the other huge benefit with SaaS is that there is no physical product, so you don't need to worry about private labels or shipping. Before showing you how you can get started building a SaaS product with no coding skills, let's first debunk the limiting belief that is probably already poisoning your mind, which is that you don't have a good or an original idea. From chatting with Alex West, who is the founder of CyberLeads, and Jordan O'Connor, who is the founder of Closet Tools, which is another SaaS product that makes over $35,000 per month, which I'll also mention later, good ideas have nothing to do with originality. It's not like having this light bulb moment where you're thinking, hey, this is unique and have never been done before. Instead, there are really three categories for good SaaS product ideas. The first one is that it makes something you already use better. Take, for example, Typing Mind, that just makes a better interface for ChatGPT. It's been up only for a few months and it's already making more than $30,000 in monthly recurring revenue by giving people folders and libraries, letting them search from past conversations and not need to logging every day. Barometrics is another example, and it gives Stripe users better metrics to the purchases that were made on their website by customers. And since there are so many businesses using Stripe, Barometrics, that was solo founded, is making over $250,000 in monthly recurring revenue today. The second category is a SaaS business that helps you make more money. Closet Tools is a Chrome extension built by Jordan, whom I mentioned before, that automates posts for sellers on Poshmarket. Pretty simple, right? But it makes over $35,000 in monthly recurring revenue because it makes it easier for sellers to sell on Poshmarket. DesignJoy is another SaaS business that makes over $80,000 creating simple but delightfully looking websites that are built not by a programmer, but rather with a no-code tool called Webflow. And if you thought that a SaaS side hustle is not for you because you don't know how to code, I'm going to debunk that as well later in the video. CyberLeads, that you saw in the beginning, is yet another example. It doesn't do anything groundbreaking. It gives lists to agencies of companies that just raise money because they can be potential customers. And with that, it makes over $40,000 in monthly recurring revenue. The final category for a good SaaS product idea is something that helps you with a specific need. Nomadlist, for example, makes over $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue, and it summarizes information about locations that nomads go to, and it creates a community for them. Remote OK, who was built by the same person who is probably one of the most popular makers out there in the SaaS niche, also makes over $50,000 in monthly recurring revenue, helping people that are looking for a remote job, and it makes money by charging companies that want to make a job post on the website. Lunch Money is simply a budgeting app that helps you hit your saving goals and control your expenses. I don't know how much money it makes today, but it was making over $6,000 in monthly recurring revenue a few years back. And even though it's not a lot of money like the SaaS businesses from before, you can maintain something like that while you work full time. And that's going to be a lot of extra cash that then you can invest back into the business to grow it even more. Each of these will ultimately result in helping you save more time or make more money. And this is what people will spend money on a monthly basis. There is really nothing here about convoluted, original, or unique ideas. There are many other products offering the same thing, maybe with a different user experience or a slightly different feature set. So now you know what makes a good SaaS product idea. Now let's spill the tea on how to come up with many such ideas so you know what to start creating. So there are two ways to do that. The first way is copying. Most products will not pass the validation test to assess whether customers will actually pay for what you're building. But if you copy something that already works, there is no better validation than that. However, you don't just copy the product, you copy the business. So it's not only recreating the product, it's also crucially the marketing and customer acquisition. You can focus first on creating a basic version of the product and then on acquiring customers and making sales. And then once you start generating monthly recurring revenue, then you can invest that to create even a better product. In contrast to trying to recreate the whole product and even adding features on top of it before you start selling and making money, which is going to take you so much more time. The other way is that you solve your own problem. You create something that you yourself would be its customer, and that's the other way that you know that whatever you're building has a market for. So if there is something that you or one of your friends are using on a daily basis and you can see how it can have a better user experience or how it can have a better feature, these are low-hanging fruits that you could tackle first. Even if there are a lot of competitors, just like in any other business, nothing is maintained endlessly. So it's about keeping working on the product and selling it, and then you will ultimately be able to catch some of the market share. Now you're probably thinking that, hey, all of that is good and well, but I don't have the technical knowledge to build websites and apps. Well, you don't need to, just like many other founders that did not need to have technical knowledge to build their SaaS product. You have many no-code tools at your disposal to build a SaaS business. No-code web app builders, landing pages, no-code form integrations, no-code payments, and design. For the very least, you can start with an MVP. Focus on a core feature, build it, and then start marketing and selling it. And once you start gaining traction, then you can reinvest into the business and grow either with or without a technical person. Either way, you're not going to be the first no-code founder of a micro SaaS business. Many have done that before when there were even less tools available. And you're definitely not going to be the last one. Micro SaaS founders are not trying to build the next Google. They're all creating a business that makes them independent of the corporate world and also better off financially. Even if you're not closing the door to learning programming, focus first on an MVP leveraging existing no-code tools so that you can build much faster and start seeing monthly recurring revenue earlier. Now, if you want to consider other options other than SaaS, make sure to check out this video where I talk about other side hustles that I've tried before and what you should know if you're considering doing them.